What's good, football fans? Back at you once again with another video. And after that poor showing yesterday, I really wanted to come on today and take a look at those god-awful looking sacks that our team gave up yesterday. Now keep in mind, for the second week in a row, our offense didn't get above 100 yards. As a matter of fact, they didn't get above 75, which with the weapons that this team has is ridiculous. But before I get into that, I want to take a look at the plays themselves. Taking a look at this very first one and keeping a watchful eye on this man right here, which is Logan Thomas, and this man right here, which I believe is Terry McLaurin. Now watch, if they come off, as you see, there's a mesh point right here where they come across the middle, and Wentz has his eye. I know what he's doing. He's watching McLaurin come across here, because if you watch the play as it ends at the end, you'll see that this opens up. Watch this play as it goes through. Now as you watch the play, you'll see that Carson immediately sees this play right here. He sees that right there. The problem, of course, is the line doesn't give him a chance to be able to get to that portion of the play. And what he should have seen before that was that he had Logan right here. Logan Thomas is wide open right there. And it's as soon as the pressure really starts to hit him and he can't wait any longer, he should have dumped it right then. And I don't know why he wouldn't have. Honestly, that's a good, what is that, a good 5-7 yard gain right there. Now, obviously, the bigger play is to McLaurin right here, but it's just not there. I mean, if your play's not there, you can't force it. And if anyone's not know what I'm saying, there is the play right here. This is what he was waiting on, but it just took too long to transpire. Everything else was connected all over the field. This man came up to guard him, and he was wide open right there. So that is what he was waiting for, as you see it right there. But, you know, you can't take a sack waiting for that when you've got a guy that you can dump the ball off there, and Logan Thomas. Now watch it back from this angle, and you'll see Logan go by on the bottom of your screen, and Carson's still looking elsewhere. He just didn't have enough time for that play to transpire the way that he thought. That, you know, he thought it was going to play out a different way, and it's definitely what he was looking at, but he felt the pressure there before he could get it to turn out. And Curtis Samuel actually came through the center of that play too and was open at the end of it, but he just never saw him. That could have been where the play originally, maybe he was thinking it was going to go, but McLaurin really had a path there from the other angle that you could see. He really should have just dumped it at Logan, though. I don't really see this play so much as being Carson's fault. By the time that he kind of sets his feet and gets ready to let go of the ball, he already has a man just unloading on top of him. I feel like that's Trey Turner's fault right here. He didn't give the quarterback enough time at all. If you watch, you'll see it again. Fletcher Cox comes right in, pushes Trey Turner, right over top of Trey Turner. Comes over top his forehead, and just boom. There's nothing Carson could do there. Now, he was going to try to let go of the ball there and give it to AG coming out the backfield, but he just did not have time to plant his feet. As soon as AG turns around, looks at him, is waiting for the pass there. It's just not enough time. So here's the point right here where he sees him, and he can't let it go fast enough. It would have been another fumble there if he'd have kept going with that. So it's best to do what he did, which is to pull the ball back in and take the sack. That one's on the line. I, for the life of me, do not know why he did not let go of this ball when he first pumped. Look at that first pump, and why did he double pump? Why did he bring it back again? Doesn't make any sense why he brought it back, because Terry was there. That's a first down. Now it's a sack. And Terry did what he thought he wanted him to do, which was break, but that is not what should have happened. He should have thrown him the ball right then when he came to his spot. Like, I don't know why he did not release that ball right there. It would have been a first down. I don't know. Too much in his head, I guess. Watch it from this angle. He should have let go of that ball. They were all over him. Now, the only thing I could see that could have maybe happened on this play was maybe he could have hit JD coming out on his wheel route. But other than that, this was just a well-defended play and a poorly blocked play for Washington. But, you know, I guess he could have hit JD on that wheel route. But other than that, everybody else was covered. You know, he tried to run out of the pocket and create something, but it just wasn't anything there to create. You know, I can see JD at the bottom down there, but if he throws that pass, will he catch that? That's a question. Doesn't look like Carson really saw him at the corner of his eye. He sees him at the beginning of the play, though. Wasn't really looking at him. He was looking at Dotson more. Yeah. See it from the other angle here. I don't know, is there really much you could do on that? Now, in this play right here, obviously he's looking for the long ball, but on the short side of things, he has Armani Rogers in the center of the field coming, you know, towards where you're at right now, and AG heading the other direction. And in a short little pocket there, he has both of them where he could hit them both. And instead, he takes the sack. And Rogers actually plays a really good route on this. He gets a nice block off and then releases and comes across the middle. And he really could have been hitting this play with little to no effort at all by Carson. And Carson's eyes were just elsewhere. And AG was out there too. He could have hit both of them, like right there. He could have hit both of them. But he chose to jump up in the pocket, and because he felt that pressure, and he chose to jump the pocket and got sacked as he came up to the top of it. And yeah, he fumbled. And this is one of the things that worries me about Carson Wentz is these fumbles, man. He's got a lot of them in his career. He just coughs the ball up a lot. Look at it from this different angle here. You can see Rogers block, and you know he's kind of a chip, and he kind of comes off to the side. He actually makes a really good route on this play. He should have hit him right there. I don't know why he didn't release the ball there. Another case of holding on too long. Turnover. This play here, this is just a case he held onto the ball too long here. He should have thrown this ball to Logan Thomas right as Logan Thomas comes across the middle of the field, and he holds onto it too long, and he gets stripped. And, you know, what more can you say? There's actually a couple guys on the field that are open. J.D. McKissick being the other one. If you look right there, like, you got Logan right there all day long. He's looking down here. I'm almost 100% certain. But Logan is free right here, and he could probably run to a 10, 15-yard run there. You got to give him a shot at those, you know. But you let the play out, and it's just not there. And he fumbles again. Actually, there he was he stripped there? Yeah, he was stripped. Because I believe he was getting ready to let go of that, and he just waited too long for it. You know, I'm not really certain who he was going to throw that to be honest with you. Let's take a look at that again. I'm not real certain. He definitely wasn't looking at Logan. Oh, I think he might have been trying to hit Terry right here at the center point of the field, right there. That's not Terry, that's Jahan Dotson. I think that might have been who he was looking at right there as he was going to release that ball. Which, Jahan had a step. So there was 3 guys open on that play. He was looking long. The other 2 guys were short. Watch it from this angle. And I don't know why, as a coach, you would have your quarterback who was having this kind of trouble getting the ball out, you know, looking for the long plays. He should be looking for something short and simple. Now, this play here just took too long to develop, simple as could be. You know, Curtis Samuel was open off to the side on this play right here, but as he comes open, the pass rush just hits Carson, and there's nothing he could do with it. And you know, he probably could have honestly gone after Logan Thomas there too, because Logan was breaking across the middle right here. They could have maybe thrown a 50-50 ball up at the goal line. He had Terry McLaurin over there on the other side of the field. Maybe he could have thrown to the sideline. So many options. I don't know. I think he was, at this point, I think he was rattled. You know, we're looking at a quarterback here that was a shell of himself against his former team. There were a few guys on the field there open. You know, one guy behind him too back there with AG. Watch it from this angle over here. Yeah, that angle didn't help. Again, I know at this point he's looking for the long route. He's looking for the long ball. He's looking for the quick target that he can get points off of. And I get that. But as soon as he feels pressure, I don't understand why he doesn't throw the ball underneath to McKissick here, who's basically just standing there like, hey, here I am, a 7-yard gain, and I don't know. Now, in this last one right here, this is just a simple case of Norwell and Wes Schweitzer both whiffing at the same time. They played both of them like a fiddle on this play right here, and Carson, there's nothing Carson could do. I mean, he's got to have more time than this to be able to do something. So, to me, this one's not on him. Watch it from this angle, and you'll see exactly what I'm saying. Like, that's just piss poor blocking right there. Like, watch it back again. I mean, you feel for a guy when he can't get something better than that. I mean, Schweitzer didn't even barely touch anybody on that play. Like, both. Jeezy peasy, man. He barely even touched it. Oh, man. I laugh, but it hurts. Trust me. Look at that. I mean, I know center's not his natural spot, but I don't know which one whiffed worse, him or Norwell. Which one? Because both of them whiffed pretty bad on that play. Whew. Gosh, man. What a tough day. You know, when I first started off, I started talking about the 3 factors that caused these 9 sacks. And they were coaching, Carson Wentz's instincts, and the offensive line being crap. Now, the third one and the second one are greatly affected by the first one. Because if the first one doesn't know how to game plan effectively enough to set the team up for a whole bunch of quick looks with an offensive line and a quarterback that are obviously having issues in the first half of games getting going, and obviously the play caller himself is having some issues, you know, I don't understand why they did not game plan for a short, you know, kind of passing game and to run the ball a little bit more, you know, in better situations. I just don't understand. It just baffles me, knowing that the playbook is large enough for them to be able to find plays that will be more, you know, effective in those situations. And it makes my head hurt watching them go for plays that take long, you know, a decent amount of time to develop, and our offensive line can't stop their pass rush. If he only has 2 seconds, you need to get him a quick hitter. You know, I don't understand it either. Why is it that other teams can do that for their quarterbacks to get them nice and comfortable before they take in long shots? You know, why is it that we can't do that? I have sat back and had, you know, a long enough time to watch Scott Turner and tell that this guy, he needs some help, y'all. And it makes me, and not only myself, but it makes a lot of people question the rest of the offense beyond that. I mean, how could you expect a man to succeed if you don't give him the tools to succeed with? The system has to be right, the play calling has to be on point, and then the quarterback has to do what he has to do. Now, what I could gather, 5 of those 9 sacks were on Carson, but more than that were on the offensive coordinator, okay? So this is something that they need to get right. You know, I knew that the defense had fatal flaws in it, but this team is going to have to outscore teams to be able to win and stay in contention. Coming out and getting 49 yards or whatever it was in the first half a couple weeks in a row is not going to cut it. Putting yourself in that big of a hole in the first half and then expecting, you know, your team to come out of it, it's just not going to cut it, especially not a good team like Philadelphia, a team that has a decent defense. I can't stand the Eagles, but they're a good team. And if Washington wants to beat teams like that, they're going to have to find ways to game plan a lot better than this, man. Obviously, we don't have Chase Roulier out there, so things are a little different across that offensive line. I don't particularly think that Trey Turner and Norwell are all that great, to be quite honest with you. Our interior line, I have been questioning since before camp started. And I'm honestly not that sure if we're able to see even a change all that substantial at this point of the season. You know, these type of moves should have been made during free agency. Although I will say that there is a guy, you know, named Eric Flowers out there that could only help the situation. I don't know why he hasn't been brought in to this point. I get that they didn't want to pay him all that money, but hey, at this point, we're looking at week 3 in the season and he knows the system. Why not give him a ring? But that won't matter if you don't game plan the correct way. At any rate, that's all I got for today. Guys, let me know what you're thinking down in the comments. This was a tough game to watch, and in my opinion, I like to just close the books on this one and move on to Dallas. Y'all take it easy. Peace.